You tell us what's going to happen to the city if that tax expires and the people don't renew it? Haven't done everything that we can do to put some money aside for that?
Yeah, well, we had updated the 5-year plan back in the spring, and then we rolled it forward for the '08 numbers. But that even was based on some assumptions that have now changed. You know, that would not have anticipated that we were going to have this big decrease in taxable value, you know, nor was it going to assume that we were going to have the investment results that we did that will impact your pension going forward. So our results in the 5-year projection were probably sort of best case scenario, and we were anticipating in 4 years, if you did not have the new millage that you have, these temporary millages, you'd have a deficit of about $10 million. Even with the new millages, you're going to be in a deficit of about $500,000. It looks like the taxable value is going to be impacted, which means, you know, you may see a 5 or 10% decrease in your taxable value, which directly translates into less property tax revenue.
With those two considerations alone, we're not sitting very pretty as far as our budget goes.
Right.
This is not a matter of cutting back on paper clips and paper. It is something that was structural. It is a process of organized abandonment. The income to operate the city is simply not enough to continue to pay active employees, maintain service programs. Now, where do we go from here? How does the next budget year look? That's what we really come down to. Well, as you look at it, right now, under consideration, options and service reductions to draft, you're looking at probably, we haven't come to a final agreement, but 8 to 10 general funded positions are going to have to be reduced. We're going to have to do 8 to 10 general fund position layoffs, Pride program, part-time positions. Those are things right now that are definitely on the block. The basic services, the core services that we are attempting to protect, police and fire services, road maintenance, water and sewer services, and garbage pickup. That's what local government's going to maybe be able to deliver at some reasonable level for some time. And I don't project that to be many years. Staff meetings a lot. What do you do while you're watching the tsunami roll this way? Well, you do what you do every day. You do it as well as possible because you can't stop the tsunami. You can't control it. You can only do your best preparations for what you have in front of you and what you control. The positive thing about it is, in the next couple of years, we'll be able to continue to make some changes to try to tread water. And that's all I can say and give you. It isn't going to be coming out of this and, oh, we're going to be fine someday. Structurally, we're not. And I don't have time for these other things and these silly games played with any kind of who's in charge, who's doing what, who's paying who, because this is draconian and it's very serious.
So what we will be dealing with is the issues that will come up in 2012. And
Frank, we were just told 2 weeks ago that we had a tsunami coming at us.
I'm not
That tells me that we have to do it. You want to kick it down the road till another administration comes along. And I'm saying we need to follow, we have to do it now.
So if we don't do something drastic today, all these assumptions that I got in February, and today being March, meant nothing.
But any 5-year plan in this past year is obviously subject to rapid change in the last couple of months.
Well, I would like if it's not too much to ask, and perhaps if you know, you can put your best people on this, an accurate 5-year plan. Again, I'm just very disappointed that, you know, the assumptions that we were given just a few months ago aren't holding even close, even close.
Yeah, I think in most of their assumptions, they were correct.
That's a whole lot of money, Steve, to be off. You know, a little bit disingenuous on that.
Lately, I've heard a lot of, well, the city's going broke, we're going broke, you're going to have deficits, it's not good. Nothing could be farther from the truth, frankly. We've done a pretty doggone good job. We have about $3.2 million in the bank for fund balance. In our next budget year, 2010, 2011, we project to have 4.5, and by 2011, that 2012 budget year, that fund balance is going to be where Plant Morant, our auditors, tell us it should be, at about 20% at $5.1 million, and that's where it's going to be. How did we get there? How did we get from being where we were this close to being cash insolvent? By people making hard decisions and putting the taxpayers first. The millages will be expiring, and we'll start eating through that cash again if we don't get those millages renewed. We are rebuilding fund balance. We are living within our means. We continue to provide the services that the people of Lincoln Park need and deserve, and I think that the city government deserves a little respect and admiration, and our future is not bleak. It's actually not bad. I'm very pleased with the way it's working.